Hello. I think we're up and we're good to start. So it's the Red-Headed Poet again. Oh, I see I forgot to change the text here. Bear with me 1 second. Today we're going to be painting. Okay, let me adjust this one moment. All right. There we go. All right, so I have that title in there. Sorry about that. I forgot to put that in before I began. But it's another video for today. I do have an idea of what I want to paint today, but as always, it tends to change a little bit as I work on it. I'm a little nervous to do the live painting, but I mean, usually I can just, it sounds terrible, but usually I can just delete the video if I don't like it. So that if I completely ruin this, it won't be too bad. I'm a little less confident with painting because I haven't been doing it as long. I've been doing sculpturing stuff since I was a very small child. Painting has only been, oh gosh, I think it's only been for a few years. So we're going to be painting another sad teddy bear because that's really all I paint at this point. I'm not very good at painting anything else. But I have a pretty good idea of the emotion and the scene. I was sketching it the other day. So we're going to see if we can hopefully bring to life what I have in mind. Okay, good. You can see pretty well. Actually, I think it should be up here somewhat. But yeah, much like working with clay, I always get nervous because it always starts out looking terrible, and then it takes a while to develop into something that looks vaguely acceptable to my mind. Let's make the head a little bigger. So we're just going to get the basic shape of our bear. And for my sad teddy bear paintings, I kind of have a rule, which I might break today, where I only use a very limited number of colors. So the colors I typically use are brown, black, white, and red. That's generally all I use. We might break that a little today just for the fire element because I'm not sure how well I can do fire with just red and browns and whites. We'll see. I would like to stick to it as much as possible because I kind of like the effect that it gives, always having a similar color scheme in every single painting. Plus it matches my house, and these are all on my walls in my home, so I'm actually running out of wall space. See, because then that can be down here. Okay. Just trying to figure out how to line this up. I should have, I think, stuck the bear slightly off center. I think I have them too close to the center, but that's fine. I will work with it. And I have a very specific emotion in mind, kind of. I don't think it's unique to me, but it kind of relates to my reaction to anger, both in myself and other people. I've always found it kind of terrifying. And I came up with this image in my mind representing that, of this, my little bear. Since that's honestly what these paintings are. They're representations of different emotions. Using my little teddy bear as a vehicle, I guess, for expression. But yeah, I've always found anger slightly disturbing and terrifying. I think it's because I grew up around a lot of people who were very prone to anger, and I kind of learned that, if somebody's mad, you avoid them, because it's very easy to become the scapegoat for whatever their anger was, even if it had nothing to do with you. So, in that light, I think I've always been very uncomfortable, even with myself, when I get mad at other things, people, myself, or anything. I always get very uncomfortable and nervous because it just reminds me of that. And I'm always worried, like, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to feel that way. So yeah, it's fear of anger, which is odd. I don't know if that's an emotion in and of itself, but it's kind of the theme. I think our head needs to be a little bigger. All right, let me. Yeah, because then we can do a coal right here. Oop, didn't need to hit the microphone, sorry. And then I think our little... I may have to pull up some reference photos of like hot coal burning, just so that I get this look right. But yeah, I'm trying to get perspective on this. Not the best with perspective. Like I said, art like this is not my forte. I do like doing it a lot, but it's definitely not my strong suit. Just a little bit of a faint. Oh, I kind of messed that up, didn't I? That's more where the floor line is. Okay. Oh, I messed that up. Let me get some black paint here and make that line a little lower. I made this line too high. Perspective is a bit off. Okay. Let's make the line a little... There. Okay. That looks better. There we go. Oh, There we go. We can see the head shape a little better, and then these are like the knees-ish, kinda. And this can be faint because we're gonna cover it up a bit when we do the flames. Alright, let me grab another brush here. There we go. Yeah, we might have to wait a few seconds for this to dry. I'm very impatient, which is why I love acrylics, because they dry so quickly compared to like oil paints and such. But I think oil paints are very much reliant on blending, and I mean, it's kind of, I guess, what I'm doing at the moment, sort of. There we go. Got a little bit of the shading in here. Still looks really rough, but we're getting there. It's funny, it always looks better on the camera than it does in person. Because in person I can see all of like the brush strokes and stuff, but on the camera I guess it kind of blends it a bit. Even though this camera is definitely higher quality than what I was using before. It still tends to make it look a little smoother than it actually is. Alright, so let me grab some white. And I guess if the light's coming from this direction and kind of to the right, it has to be here. And then this will be like slightly underneath on the side here. I guess I should also try to find a way to like give this a slightly red toned pigment whenever I do the flames, the color that I end up doing the flames. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna see, let me pull up a reference photo for flames here in a burning coal and kind of get an idea of how I want this to look. I may break the rules a little and give myself some yellow and orange paint to work with. Because I'm not sure if I can pull off the fire look with just the red, but we'll see. Let me see. There we go. Let me pull up some good reference photos. I don't like this brush. Hold on. Yeah, we need an in-between. Slightly bigger, but not giant. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever asked anyone if they feel like this about like getting angry, but it may sound odd, I guess. It's like you get afraid of yourself even when you're angry. But I was thinking a lot about it the other day, and that's when I came up with this picture in my mind. I need to tilt this a little bit because the reflection from the light. So flames are like slightly ethereal and transparent. They don't quite look like they're touching the thing that's on fire. I noticed that in all the pictures. There's like a slight dark gap between them and the thing that's on fire. Let me try adding a little brown to this. Yeah, I guess if I blend it with the brown, it's gonna look more like, it's gonna look less like fire and more like the bear skin again. So that's not gonna work. I might add a little bit of orange just so that I can pull off the look of flames more effectively, which, again, that's kind of breaking the rules that I typically do for these. I don't have to follow those rules, I just do. It's like I never really wrote them down or have a reason. I just started making the paintings this way. And I kind of like being consistent. But I don't know that that's going to be quite effective for the image of fire. So I'm going to grab a little bit of orange and see if we can just do a tiny bit of orange to improve the fire appearance. We'll just make it a very red flame so we can kind of still give the impression of the typical teddy bear look that we have. I almost forgot I gotta do the little... Yeah, I think this looks better than trying to accomplish that fire effect with just the red. I don't think that was gonna look right. Let me pull up my reference for the fire again. Fire is very random. Okay, so this part should actually be a little less white. It should be more red and dark. And then the white part should be right in here. I feel like the fire's looking a little too uniform the way I did these. Okay, hold on, let me add some. Like this. Some irregularity to it. Okay. I'm not crazy about it, but it's looking okay-ish. We're getting there. I think I need to put this back to orange. Hmm, hold on, let me pick a different brush. We're getting there slowly. Okay. That brush is pretty much a lost cause. Let me use this one instead. Okay. There we go, we're getting there. I made that shadow a little too dark, so we're gonna lighten it a little bit. Didn't mean to do that quite so much. Too much. Mm. Yep, we're getting there. Still need to improve the shading on the body here. It's a little, it's a little not quite right. Let me put that one away. Let me put the brushes in the water before I ruin all of my brushes, as I am wont to do all the time, constantly ruining all of my brushes. You think I would learn my lesson and just put them away when I'm not using them. But I think it's because I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna use it again, so I keep it out and then it dries out really fast. And I ruined another brush. That's why when people always ask me, what do you want for a gift or something, like brushes, just more brushes. I can always use brushes. I ruin every brush I come in contact with. I have a really nice set of brushes that I've just been keeping in my art room because I'm scared I'm gonna ruin them. Oh, yeah, it's not there yet. Not there yet. Yeah, there should be more of a shadow here because if the light's coming predominantly from this direction, then this should be more like that. If something about the legs is off, I'm gonna... Yeah, I think it needs to be like this. Like that. More like that. Yeah. That looks better. More of an angle. We're getting there. We're getting there. Still not quite done. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go over these highlights slightly with the brown because I made them a little too white. And they definitely need to be a little more orangey in color. A little more orangey brown. So yeah, we did break our 3-color rule, I guess. Well, 4 colors technically if you count white and black as colors. You can kind of see the orange tone now. And then let me grab a tiny little brush. Okay. There we go. Oh, we can kind of see the fire in the eyes. Yeah, so I like the bear pretty well, except this line right here needs to be neatened up a bit. That's the wrong one. So yeah, this will be the first one with the orange in, but that's okay. We kind of unavoidably needed that for the flames. And yeah, I'm still not perfectly pleased with these fire pieces. Gonna keep working on this. But yeah, once I get the fire done, then I think we're pretty much done because the bear's finished. Other than touch that up a tiny bit. Like that. There we go. I don't like the way I did the fire. Let me see here. I gotta look at some. It's a lot of gradient colors. I feel like fire is very gradient. So I need to see if I can kind of pull that off. Sort of. Let me see here. I think I made some mistakes with the way this looks. So this needs to have, I need to go over this with black again. And then the white to make the coal. Because what I'm seeing is the coals actually tends to say solid color. They either glow or they look almost charcoal, like sandy charcoal black with peppered white coloring. And then the fire needs to like streak in pieces downward. So I'll do that in a second here, but I want to get the coal looking more like a piece of coal. Or a piece of charcoal. Something like that. Okay. Oops, that looks like a face. I don't want that to look like a face. It doesn't look like a face anymore. All right. There we go. We're almost there, but the fire, from what I'm looking at, needs to have more pieces that come down randomly. Like this. Just kind of like that. Alright, it's getting better. It's definitely getting better, but I still don't quite have the fire effect that I want. And I think the colors just aren't bold enough. I think I need much bolder orange. Yeah, I've never actually painted fire before, so that's probably why I'm so bad at this. It's like they have very dark pieces that are very, very distinct, and then there's very faint edges between them. There we go. There we go. I think that looks a lot better. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do, but I don't think so. Let's see if I can do this just so it looks... I didn't want it quite that bright, I just want it a little bit lighter. There we go. That way you can kind of see the coal better. There we go. I think we're done. I think... I say as I keep going back to do more, but no, I really think we are finished now. I probably should have done more of a gradient for the background instead of the light dark. But I'll let that dry a little bit here and put my stuff away. But I think we're finished for today. I'm pretty happy with it. Not perfect. I think my fire painting skills could definitely stand a little improvement, but first time I've ever painted fire, so, you know, not too terrible. But yeah, that's our finished painting. And if you watch this, I greatly appreciate it. I will be posting the edited video sometime soon. I'm not sure when I'll have time to finish that. But next week, I hope to do another American Cryptid. I want to do Bigfoot. and we'll talk about all the different legends and stories. I have to compile a lot for that. But I'm probably going to do like a little baby version of Bigfoot next week if I have time, or the week after if something, comes up. But thank you so much for watching. I had fun doing this, and hopefully I will see you next week. Thanks so much, and have a good night.